Buffalo Bills wide receiver Stefon Diggs got a big new payday. Here are the details of his new contract. And by the way, Stefon Diggs still has 2 years left on his current contract. So what the Buffalo Bills did is added 4 more years on top of the 2 he already had on his contract to make it a 4-year, $96 million contract extension. Again, he's already got a 2-year, $25 million deal. So he's going to be making a lot of money in the next 6 years of his life. And I got to say, the Stefon Diggs contract is very, very reasonable. I am a massive fan of this. For so many reasons. He's going to be well paid, but he's not going to be the highest paid receiver. And I don't always understand the game of trying to be the highest paid in your field. It's very ego-driven, and that's kind of weird to me. This specific situation with Stefon Diggs, you could make an argument. I don't know that it's true, but if you want to really have a debate, you could argue that Stefon Diggs is the best receiver in the NFL. I don't know that I'd agree with you, but he's like right there. He's right in that top couple guys. You could argue that, well, if he was really motivated, he could demand the biggest contract for a receiver in NFL history, and maybe he has a shot at getting it. But I love this one because everybody wins here. It makes a lot of sense. You know, he gets to be paid a lot. I don't know why you care about being the highest paid receiver. But he's set for life. Whenever he's done playing, he's going to make bucket loads and millions of dollars. And here's the thing that I think people for some reason don't value quality of life. Stefon Diggs has got a great quality of life now. He's going to be set for life whenever he's done playing. And in the meantime, between now and his retirement, he gets to play in Buffalo on a team that's going to win a lot of games in the next couple of years. And here's the biggest key. He's going to have Josh Allen as his quarterback, throwing him the football. Life is good for Stefon Diggs. Set for life, going to enjoy the journey, play with a great quarterback. It's amazing what having a good quarterback can do for a star receiver. Hey, remember Cooper Kupp? I've talked about Cooper Kupp before. I'm a big fan of Cooper Kupp. I don't think the NFL world knew Cooper Kupp very well until he got Matthew Stafford. And then he went from, wow, he's pretty good, to, oh my gosh, Cooper Kupp is a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Super Bowl MVP. Wow. He exploded. Isn't that funny? Oh, the star receiver gets a star quarterback, and suddenly we're very aware of how good Cooper Kupp is. A similar comparison is I don't think people realize how good the Denver Broncos receiving core really is. Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton are unbelievable. And yet, I was talking to a Raiders fan literally yesterday. I'm at his house, and he's like, oh, the Raiders don't have good receivers. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? He doesn't know. And I don't blame him because he's had Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater and Case Keenum and Joe Flacco throwing them the ball for years. They haven't had a good quarterback in a long time in Denver. But now they're going to have Russell Wilson, and you're going to see, people are going to realize, oh, wow, Jerry Jeudy's pretty dang good. Courtland Sutton, wow, when he's got Russell Wilson throwing in moon balls, you're like, well, he's pretty dang good. Having a great quarterback, having a great quarterback can make a receiver's life way better, and you'll get way more recognition. So I'm very happy for Stefon Diggs. He says he wants to retire in Denver. I think that's a very reasonable desire. Sorry, Denver. I was reading my notes literally. I'm trying to do both. Stefon Diggs said he wants to retire in Buffalo. There we go. Got it right that time. He wants to retire in Buffalo. I think that's very possible. It's very likely. And in my book, he gets points for not playing that silly ego-driven game of trying to be the highest paid in your field. I don't mean to sound idiotic. People always get mad when I talk about other people's money. But really, what is the difference in your quality of life making $24 million a year or $28 million a year or $29 million a year? Right? Like, hey, you do that for 4 years, you're set for life either way. And if you invest it right, the difference doesn't even matter. So, I don't know, man. I think Stefon Diggs has done a very wise thing here. Signed a big contract. He's going to be set for life when he's done. Gets to have a lot of fun in the meantime. And being in a good environment, having a happy life, that's so valuable. And people just don't talk about that enough. We talk about the money. We don't talk about how you're making that money. He's going to have a really good next 6 years of his life. He's 28 years old. In 2020, by the way, Stefon Diggs led the NFL in yards and catches. He was near the top again last year. And Buffalo, frankly, should probably be, if not a Super Bowl favorite, maybe the Super Bowl favorite for 2022. And, man, I'm telling you, I'm pumped for the Buffalo Bills. I'm pumped for Stefon Diggs. A lot of reasonable money being thrown around. I don't always praise big contracts. And he's like, well, that's a lot of money. Wow, good for the player. It's a rare moment where they both win, the team and the player. They locked down a great player for a long time. He locks down a very sensible, reasonable contract. He'll be set for life. I love the Stefon Diggs contract, and let's see if they can get a Super Bowl out of it. That'd be really, really cool.